You ever feel like you're trying to keep all the different parts of your life in these neat, separate boxes? Well, what if I told you that the real magic, the real productivity, actually happens in the messy overlaps? Today, we're going to dive into a powerful principle from nature that could totally change how you look at your work, your skills, and maybe even your whole life. All right, so take a look at this. On the left, you've got a classic farm. It's all straight lines, right? Fences, hard boundaries, everything has its place, all tidy and separate. But now, look over to the right at a natural ecosystem. It's messy, it's alive, it's got this productive wobble where the woods meet the meadow. And here's the amazing part. That wavy line actually has way more surface area, more room for life to thrive than a simple straight one. And that wobble? It's got a name. In the world of permaculture, they call this the power of the edge. And believe me, it holds the key to some incredible productivity and resilience. It sounds like a simple idea, but its implications, well, they're pretty profound. So what is the edge exactly? It's simply the interface where two different systems meet up. Think about a coastline, where the land hits the sea, or the edge of a forest as it opens up into a big field. This is the spot where different worlds come together and exchange energy, resources, all the good stuff.
This quote from Graham Farrar just nails it. The edge isn't a barrier, it's a hub of activity. It's where you find the most diversity, the most action, the most abundance. So the whole point is we should be looking for these edges, not trying to get rid of them. But okay, how does this actually apply to our lives?
Let's look at how this plays out in the real world. We're going to check out the story of a horticultural consultant, Graham Farrar, who used this very principle to completely redesign his life and pull himself out of a major burnout. See, back in 2012, Graham said his life was a monoculture. It was just this one single straight road of overwork that led, you guessed it, directly to burnout. No edges, no variety. But fast forward to today, and his life looks a whole lot more like that curvy, productive path we saw at the beginning. He calls it an interwoven life, and it's all about combining his skills instead of separating them. For years, he figured his tech skills, like fixing PCs, were just a distraction from his real job as a gardener. But then, he had this huge mindset shift. He stopped looking at his skills as being in these separate boxes and started seeing them as valuable edges that he could actually bring together. Now, check this out. He didn't just ditch the tech. No way. He wove it right into his work. You can just picture him, 1 minute designing a website on his computer, and the next, he's seamlessly walking out into a garden for a consultation. Those two worlds aren't separate anymore. They're overlapping to create something totally new and way more powerful. And this is where it gets really interesting. By using a drone, he gets what he calls the digital edge. From way up in the sky, he can see the big patterns on the land. Things like drainage, how the sun hits, even soil health. Stuff that's totally invisible when you're just standing there on the ground. His tech skills literally make him a better horticulturalist. And here's a crucial point. Remember how that curvy garden path created more space for plants? Well, a life with more edges between your skills does the exact same thing. It creates more space for creativity and new opportunities. This interwoven approach gives him way more stability in his income and honestly makes his work a lot more fulfilling. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but you're probably asking, how can I do this? Well, let's break it down. We've got a super simple 3-2-1 action plan to help you find and start growing your own productive edges. We're going to start with the number 3. This is just a simple ethical filter. 3 questions you can ask yourself to make sure the edges you're creating offer real value. First up, earth care. Does combining your skills lead to better outcomes for the planet? Second, people care. Does having this variety in your work keep you fired up and prevent you from burning out? And third, fair shares. Does this unique combo of skills offer something genuinely valuable to others? It's just a quick check to keep you on the right track. Next up, number 2. This is all about applying the principle of the edge to 2 specific areas or zones in your life, and you can start right now. First, let's look at Zone 0. That's your work, your business. What's just one edge service you could offer by combining 2 of your skills? And second, look at Zone 1, your home, your garden. Can you find one straight line, maybe a fence or a path, and make it more productive? Maybe add some herbs or a climbing plant. And finally, we come to the number 1. This is the simplest, most immediate thing you can do. Okay, your immediate yield is this. Just identify one marginal skill you have. Something you've kind of ignored because you thought it didn't really fit with everything else. You don't have to do anything with it yet,
Just acknowledge it. Recognize that it has the potential to become a powerful edge for you down the road. That simple act of reframing, it's a massive first step.
You know, when you start to live this way, when you embrace the overlap and start combining your skills, you begin to operate in a very special place. And there's actually a scientific name for it.
It's called the ecotone. In nature, it's that super productive transition zone we've been talking about. But for people, it's the space where we can truly thrive by bridging different worlds, like ancient land wisdom and modern technology. The most resilient and innovative people, they live and work in the ecotone. And this quote just captures the entire idea perfectly. Don't be afraid of the messy overlaps. Stop trying to keep everything in its own little box. Abundance isn't in the middle of the field. It's right there at the boundaries, at the edges where everything comes together.
So, I'll leave you with this question. Take a look at your own life, your skills, your passions. Where are your messy overlaps? Where are your hidden edges just waiting for you to discover them? Are you ready to find your edge?